What's going down, y'all? One half of the Wake Up Crew here to talk some WNBA prop bets over on Prize Picks for this Tuesday, July the 19th, 2022 WNBA slate. We had 3 games on the docket today, but one of the games was early in the morning. I know y'all want me to get these out earlier. I ain't going to get it out that early, so nothing on the Liberty, Connecticut game. But we do have some good data for Atlanta and the Aces. Shout out A'ja Wilson, as well as Indy versus LA later on this evening. Both games are very late. Probably won't know if we hit until tomorrow morning, but we're going to dive into the data, dive into the plays. Quick transparency, it's been a couple of days since I did this video. Supposed to be on vacation, COVID and some other crazy stuff happened. We ended up canceling the Costa Rica trip, so I have not placed a lot of WNBA prop bets over the last couple of days. The last time I did, it was not a good night, went 2 for 4, so overall on the season for the month of July, we are 28-24. Up 26 units for the month of July. So just quick transparency, quick recap. Got some good plays. Going to take some unders today. I like some of the under plays. So we'll dive into the data, dive into the matchups right after this. All right, let's get it. The 4 teams that we'll be talking about: Atlanta, the Aces, Indy, and LA tonight. No Monique Billings or Nina Coffey out for Atlanta. So Cheyenne Parker, Naz Hamilton, A.D. Durr. We'll see. Tiffany Hayes been doing her thing. We'll talk about her in a little bit. Everybody for the Aces, full lineup intact. Everything for Indy is good. And then for the LA Sparks, here we go. Christy Tolliver looks like she's out, so insert Lexi Brown potentially. No Liz Cambage, so Nneka and Katie Lou Samuelson doing their things. And then Nneka's sister should be nice. Britney Sykes is back. Going to be talking about Britney Sykes here in a second as well. So let's go to the data and just look at these 4 teams: Atlanta, the Aces, Indy, and LA. Tapping into Spari, my Spari, make sure you tap into what they're doing. They got great data, great shit to use when we're making these bets. All right, so let's look at guard play, and let's just do a quick holistic view. LA kind of giving up a lot of points to guards there at the top. There goes Atlanta, there's Vegas, and then Indy actually pretty decent versus the guards in the scoring category. Let's look at the rebounds. Atlanta giving up a bunch of boards to the guards. So let's just go back. Atlanta versus the Aces, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Gray. Just keep that in mind, right? The Aces are a fast-paced team. You see Las Vegas, they don't give up a lot of rebounds to guards, so keep that in mind. Indy kind of in the middle of the road. LA right there in the middle as well. Let's just go through the assists. Let's go through it all real quick. Top of the league in giving up assists to guards. The Aces, the LA Sparks are there. And then you see Atlanta and Indy. They're all kind of grouped in the middle. So there's the guard play. Let's go to forwards. Let's see how these teams match up against forwards. Is there any particular area we should attack? There goes Indy, as always. Very bad versus forwards and everything. The only team in the WNBA giving up 18 rebounds a game to the forward position, giving up 35 points a game. They're giving up a bunch of assists. Forwards. So LA, Nneka, Katie Lou. Yes, you want those players tonight. And all the data has not dropped into the model yet, but I'm just letting you know you want those players. Atlanta, pretty solid versus the forward, right? Atlanta, pretty good. 24.3 points per game given up to forwards. Rebounds, I believe they're towards the bottom of the WNBA. Yeah, there they go. Los Angeles, Atlanta towards the bottom. Indy just giving it up to forwards. So do the Aces. Las Vegas isn't very good versus forwards either, so just keep that in mind. And, the center position is kind of just, there's not a ton of true centers, but let's just see who's giving up the most points to centers. Indy, just bad versus bigs. Like, that's the takeaway. Indy, bad versus bigs. Nneka, Katie Lou should be intriguing tonight. Los Angeles, they're all right versus the center. The Aces, they're kind of in the middle. But there goes the opponent averages for the certain positions. Now let's dive into the model. So let's get into the model. Good Lord. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I can't see, which means you can't see. So there we go. Let's make that a little bigger. There we go. We're good on that angle. All right. Let's dive into, and some of these, like, you got to put it in to get all the numbers, right? There is no prop for Nalissa Smith over 1 assist, so don't worry about that. But let's filter out the over edges, and we're also going to filter out some of the under edges as well. So let's go greater than equal to 60% because that's what I do. On here, we start with 60% probability and see what we have. So Cheyenne Parker looks pretty good. Her points, 10.5, got a projection for 12.7. Atlanta, one more time, versus the Aces, not good versus forwards. And I know Cheyenne Parker is listed as a center, but, you know, they kind of play everywhere down low. NaLyssa Smith's rebounds looks pretty good. I actually like NaLyssa Smith's points and rebounds quite a bit. Kelsey Plum, there is no line for her rebounds, but just keep that in mind if you're thinking points and rebounds, maybe points and assists. NaLyssa Smith over 12.5 points. I like it. I like her points and rebounds. We're projecting her to go over. She's averaging 14 points over her last 5 rebounds, averaging 9.2. Quick point here. Y'all need to understand, just if you're using PrizePicks, let's take a look at something, right? Let me find a player that was in the All-Star game, and we'll see it we'll just filter this off because I want to show y'all something, and I don't know if a lot of people have caught it yet, if you're diving deep enough into it, but let's just filter this by player, right? A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson's points, averaging 21.4 over her last 5, all right? Or her rebounds. She's averaging 8.2 over her last 5. But if you go on over to PrizePicks, and you pull up A'ja Wilson, and you look at her rebounds, 7.8. Why is the discrepancy, right? Who's right? There's no way you could be right and PrizePicks be wrong. Well, let's go to props.cash and see what they have for A'ja Wilson. And it's something that I told you to, 8.2 rebounds. So it looks like Ray is right. Don't forget that PrizePicks is still including, we need 2 more games to get it out of there, but they're still including All-Star Weekend in their projections for their last 5, over their last 5 averages. They're still including All-Star Weekend, and I am not, nor is props.cash. We are not utilizing All-Star Weekend in order to make that determination on the last 5. So just want to point that out to people who may not have picked that up, who didn't hear it, whatever the case may be. So let's get back to the model, and let's talk about the overplays. I really do like NaLyssa Smith, and the model likes her par, her points, her rebounds. Kelsey Plum tonight, I think just scoring, you just take the over with the Kelsey Plum and pray for the best, right? You look at the matchups, how those teams do versus that position. Again, the Aces versus Atlanta. Let's just go back to it really quickly. Atlanta versus guards, 43.2 points per game given up to guards, which is, right there in the middle of the road. So I'm not afraid of that matchup for Kelsey Plum whatsoever. But this is what the projection model likes tonight. Danielle Robertson. I went to her one time, and it didn't end well for me, but the data's saying pretty good, not bad, right? The data's saying not bad. So let's get this off. And I want to filter because I think there's some incredible values on the unders. So let's do this. Let's filter this thing out. Let's get those unders. Let's get those unders to the top of the screen. Those low probability plays. Victoria Vivens. All right, let's talk about Victoria Vivens. I went through and I looked at what her rebounds were and all this other stuff and came to a determination that her assist prop had to be about 4.5, right? Based on her par and all that other stuff. She's averaging 2.2 assists over her last 5 games. Now, if we go to let's go to Victoria Vivens, and we're walking through this because this is like my favorite play tonight. And will it hit? I don't know, but it's my favorite play. 13.5 points and assists for Vivens. I am taking the under. I'm just, normally I don't go to PrizePicks and do all this, but I'm taking the under. And when you go to props.cash, and let's go to Victoria Vivens, let's run through the full gamut right here, right? Points, 9.5 points. She hits that big spike week of 17 is helping propel this number for Victoria Vivens. But if you look at her assist, right here, 3.5 assists for her. She's averaging 2.2 over her last 5. So even if we change this number, let's go 3.5. I mean, the projection is still under 2. 18% probability to go over that assist number, as well as her par. We got her projected to go lower than that. I'm taking the under. The points, we got to right at 7.9. I'm taking the under Victoria Vivens points and assists tonight. This is a play that I feel confident about. I always feel confident before we do it, but you just look at that. Just not good. She's not going to get the assist. I don't believe the points are going to be there. She's playing about 25 minutes per game over her last 5. And I meant all that's right here in the model. I don't need to use props.cash to figure that out. But on the high end, like high end standard deviation of what she's done, we're looking at right at 3.5. Low end, she's right at 1 assist. So I think that's a solid play for Victoria Vivens under her points and assists. Or you can just take the whole damn thing and just say under points, rebounds, and assists 16.5. We got her projected at 13.6. Another underplay that I'm going right back to, and I know she had a great game last game, but Erica Wheeler, her points, rebounds, and assists, I believe is set at 15.5 for Erica Wheeler. There goes, we got her under points, we got her under rebounds, and I don't even know if we put anything in her assists. She's actually been pretty decent in the assist category. Yeah, Wheeler, here we go, 15.5. She's averaging 12 over her last 5. Had a big game last game, 25 minutes. We got a projected for 13.7. Definitely, that's an underplay that I want to take. Let's flip this around because there's a player that's not popping in the model that I think, if you're just talking probability, it looks pretty good. And I don't think she's even in here because her lines weren't listed when I ran this. But let's go to Britney Sykes from LA. And let's just look at her points and rebounds. That's not bad. 16.5 versus Indy. She's cleared this in 5 straight. Maybe her points and assists a little bit better. Still, looks pretty damn good for Britney Sykes. And what I like about seeing this is the points and assists. And then her assist prop is at 3.5 and 5, 2, 7, 8, 3. Not bad, averaging 5 over her last 5. I mean, the points, rebound, everything. Look. Points and rebounds, green. Points and assists, green. PAR, green. Hell, even her damn turnover prop looks good tonight. She's averaging, 2.6 over her last 10, 2.5 over her last 5. I like Britney Sykes tonight. I like Britney Sykes, and I get it. At some point, the hot streak has to end. She's averaging 13.2 points over her last 5 games. So if she can hit her average and then give me a couple of assists, we're in business. So I do like her points and assists at 14.5 tonight, averaging 18.2 in this respective category over her last 5 games. Like it. Let's go back to the model really quickly. Any other underplays or overplays that I identified that I want to share with the group? I think that's about it. Let me go to PrizePicks and pull this up. And I want to just talk about like some 3-point props. Kelsey Plum, 3. I mean, that's where she's at. You look at Plum, the 3-pointers, 3, 3, 3, 4, 2. Like it's set pretty aggressively for Kelsey Plum. I mean, look at this. Going back 10 games, she's either pushed it or hit it in damn near every game besides the last game. So it's a pretty safe line, in my opinion. I do want to talk about Lou Samuelson. She's getting up to 3-point shots. Let's see how many shots she's getting up a game. She's getting up about 5 3-point attempts per game, and the line is set on PrizePicks at 2.5 for Lou Samuelson. So I wouldn't mind that. Mitchell, she's getting up, I believe, the 3rd or 4th most 3-point attempts in the WNBA. I just don't want to touch it tonight. Back-to-back games under. She's bound to go over at some point, but it's not going to be on my ticket tonight. Another play that I really like, A'ja Wilson, over 3.5 free throws made. Sign me up versus Atlanta without, it's good luck defending A'ja Wilson down low. And an interesting point about the free throw props, right? Let's go back. Indy versus LA. Indiana with Inslinger, Queen Egbo, and Nalissa Smith. All of those players are inside the top 15 in the WNBA and committing fouls. All 3 of them, all on Indiana. So Nneka's free throws, Sykes' free throws, whoever's free throws look pretty good. Like Nneka right here, I know she's only averaging 2.6 over the last 5, but again, Indiana has 3 of the most frequent foulers in the WNBA going off tonight. So I do like Nneka Ogwumike, her 3 free throw prop. Nalissa Smith was one that I thought about taking. And I like Tiffany Hayes as well tonight. I think Tiffany Hayes could be in line for a nice matchup for Atlanta, especially with a couple of players out. She's been scoring quite a bit lately. 16, 18, 12 over her last 3 games. I don't mind Tiffany Hayes. I took her turnover prop last game of 2, and she had 0, the game that I take it. But she's also been pretty healthy at turning the ball over. So if you want to look at some obscure, sort of off the beaten path props, I think Tiffany Hayes' turnover prop, I'm fine going right back to it. She's one of the most turnover-prone players in the WNBA, so also not a bad prop if you want to take that one, as well as Britney Sykes. She turns the ball over quite a bit, 6'3", 0'2", 1", so I'm staying away from her fantasy score. Jordan Canada, I believe, is 3rd in the WNBA in turnovers, and look at that. She's averaging 3.4 over the last 5. We don't have to worry about that All-Star game performance cluttering up the data because she did not play in it, but 2-2-2, 8 and 3 for Jordan Canada. So ultimately, you get the best team in the WNBA in the Aces tonight. You get LA. NECA should have a good night. Ryan Howard is back tonight for Atlanta. So Ryan Howard is back. Ryan Howard is in the lineup. I believe she is in the lineup. I know she's not showing here. But I did see a report that Ryan Howard is playing. So maybe by the time the 10 Eastern time rolls around, she'll be inside that lineup. But it looks like Ryan Howard is back, which makes me more bearish on Erica Wheeler and more bullish on taking the under 15.5 points for Miss Erica Wheeler in this matchup. A little bit of a longer analysis breakdown in this one. I apologize for that, but hopefully the data, walking through the plays, walking through the areas that you want to attack, the players, the teams, the positions that you want to attack, hopefully this yields some positive results tonight. I've already locked in my 6 picks for tonight. 2 pick power plays. Wheeler, I like Sykes, I like Victoria Vivens, and I like Asia Wilson's free throws tonight, so we'll see how those all play out. If you appreciate the content, we don't make you pay for picks, but do please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the content, and in the comments, let me know who you're playing below. As always, if you tail, give PrizePicks hell, and if we fail, do not bail. I will be back tomorrow with more WNBA prop bets over on PrizePicks. We got Seattle and Chicago. All right, the game is at 11 a.m. I probably won't be back tomorrow. It's at 11 a.m. The data doesn't come out early. Chicago, Emma Mason, I like it. Kalia Copper, I like it. And from the Seattle side, fantasy score, Ezzie Magbegor's been a beast. Brianna Stewart, her points and rebounds, I will be locking that one in. And maybe a Sue Bird under. So just without looking at the model, just when you play this enough, you start to know which players you want to attack. Looks like Courtney Vandersloot may not play. Allie Quigley's 3s in line. Candace Parker, she can't be shitty for 3 games in a row, can she? Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, good luck tonight. Good luck. Enjoy the games. I will not be here tomorrow for this game. I just previewed it, so we'll see you in 2 days. But good luck. Good night. Tap into the content. I'm out. Peace.